We've seen Arsenal in the past being affected by what's gone on in the stands. The fans know what is at stake and the opportunity they have here, of course, and the football that they've seen their team play under Arteta this season. Do we get to a point where those nerves will seep in not only to the supporters but the players as well?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, look, they've got a really good opportunity now. Their next sort of few games, they've got Bournemouth, Leeds, Crystal Palace. These are games that they should be winning. They're all at home, those games as well. And they can really put themselves in a strong position and have that cushion. I think having that cushion when they go into April is going to be absolutely vital, because there's a week where they play Manchester City away, they play Chelsea at home, and then they've got to go to Newcastle. And potentially there could be a Europa League tie in the middle of that run as well. And I think those 3 games are going to define what happens. And if Arsenal have still got that 5-point lead, if they can win every game up until then, it's not that long, 4 or 5 matches, and the way they're playing, you wouldn't put it against them. If they've got that buffer then they'll really believe they could then go to the Etihad, for example, and it could be a free hit for them. They know if they lose, they've still got a 2-point advantage. Yes, of course, that would be tight. It would ramp up the pressure, but they wouldn't lose top spot. And I think they came through a real test when they lost to City 2 weeks ago, because I think a lot of us thought maybe the bubble's going to burst here and this could be the start of a rapid decline. But they won 3 on the spin then. They've now extended to 5 points clear. And as I say, they've got an opportunity in these next few games. If they can maintain that gap, come that difficult run in April, then they've got every chance of winning it.
Europa League should just feel us lot. In the Europa League, if you're Arsenal, you don't need any distractions now, do you? The eyes on the prize.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't see the game yesterday because I was doing the FA Cup, but I tell you, the second half at Villa Park was huge.
Yeah.
Was huge because they were behind the 8 ball, they were chipping away, they played they showed a lot of guts, but they also showed a lot of quality and a lot of good football. And yet it took the Jorginho shot at the end and the on goal down off Martinez to get them over the line before Martinelli sealed it. But that just for me, I think had they not turned that around, it might have affected them in a much different way. But the euphoria leaving Birmingham after coming back, digging it out, dominating, creating chances. Don't forget Odegaard missed a bit of a sitter in that one as well. I think was huge for them, was huge for their confidence to go back on that bus, go back to London and say, right, we're back on the bike, we're riding again, let's pick it up and let's go again in the second half of the season. There's a lot of questions coming our way. People thought we might have went to Villa Park and folded. It could have happened. Yes. But this Arsenal side, these players, this manager, a lot of youngsters, but they're made of a lot more steel than people give them credit for. And I don't think the pressure's going to get to them. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to play well all the time and we're going to see this silky football. And if Man City beat them to the title, maybe it's because they're a better side. But I'm just enjoying watching this young team play. And because they've come out of nowhere, in a sense, this season, a lot of people are questioning whether or not they have the mentality, if they have the guts. What's going to happen when they have a dip? Well, they had a dip. They had a little dip. And they have exploded now back into life, getting this run of victories.
That's character. There's no question about it. And the problem is they're going to go this whole season with the question mark because they're young and they haven't done it for so long. So the only way you can get out of that is to prove to everybody that you can do it, because you haven't done it yet. And that's the benchmark. You only get judged by actually completing the task. So far, it's been really good. They've shown that they have the character to fight back, the character to compete. Now they have to take it over the line.
Well, let's not forget, they've played a fair chunk of this season now without their marquee signing.
Yeah, yes, of course. Gabriel Jesus, man, we got injured. Oh, that's it. That's done.
To be fair, Nketiah came in, did a great job, then just tailed off a little bit. And he's had a rest, and they played, I think, Trossard as a false 9. But, you know, to still be in this position, and they've done it with a fair chunk of a guy who was playing great, I think tells you all you need to know about this side.
And added to the importance of that second half against Aston Villa is the fact that Manchester City drew a point against Nottingham Forest. Right. And I see that now that makes it the perfect picture for Arsenal, because yes, we had our dip. Yes, we had our struggles. It felt like Manchester City were all over us, and now they're not. Yeah. And now it's still 5 points. So as bad as it was, apparently, as bad as it was, we're still leading by 5. I think that gives you a level of confidence if you're that group of players and saying, it's about us. But it's not about Manchester City, it's about us.
Olley, but that's where that game in hand becomes so crucial. When they had it, you had to take advantage of
Yep.
it. You know, we all talk about games in hand as players and go, but they're only good if you actually win them. And they did what they needed to do to give them that cushion.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.